Good morning everybody. So we had started with chemical energetics. We first saw the introduction. In the introduction we saw the definition of thermodynamics, what the objectives of the thermodynamics are. Then we saw the limitations of the thermodynamics. Then the different laws like zeroth law, first law, second law of thermodynamics we had seen, and then we had started with the different heats of the reaction. The heat of neutralization reaction, the heat of combustion reaction, the heat of a formation reaction. These heats of the reaction we have seen. Now let's see some definitions, only the definitions of the different kinds of heats of the reaction. The first, heat of a solution. The heat of a solution of a substance in a particular solvent is nothing but the amount of heat change that is either evolved or absorbed when 1 mole of the substance is dissolved in such a large amount of solvent so that the further more addition of the solvent does not make any change in the heat change. That is called as the heat of a solution. That means when a substance is dissolved in a particular solvent, the solvent's quantity is taken in such a large amount that even if we add more solvent in that, therefore there is no change in the amount of heat that is evolved or absorbed. The amount of heat which is either evolved or absorbed during the especially the solvation process, that means the process of making the solution, that is called as the heat of a solution. Here a particular substance in its 1 mole is dissolved in a particular solvent here. For example, KCl in a solid state, when it is dissolved in a water, that is the aqueous medium, so it gets solvated in the solution. So this is a solvation process where the KCl get dissolved completely into the aqueous medium. For this reaction, the amount of heat change, that delta H is equal to plus 18.6 kilojoules. That means this much amount of heat is absorbed during the solvation process of a KCl into the aqueous medium. Now the second, that is the heat of hydration. Now what is mean the hydration is? The hydration is nothing but when the anhydrous salt, when they get dissolved in the water or in any solvent, therefore some molecules of the solvent are combined with the salt and their hydrated salts are formed, and the amount of heat change during this hydration process, that is called as the heat of a hydration. So heat of hydration is defined as the amount of heat change when 1 mole of anhydrous salt or the substance combines with required molecule of the solvent, that is called as the heat of a hydration. Especially here hydration, that means the water molecule which get combined with the anhydrous salt, those are considered. So I will define the heat of hydration or enthalpy of hydration again. The amount of heat change when the 1 mole of anhydrous salt or anhydrous substance combines with required amount of molecules of the water, that is called as the heat of a hydration. For example, a copper sulfate, this forms such hydrated salt. This is anhydrous, this is hydrated salt. Now here delta H is equal to minus 78.2 kilojoule. So this much amount of heat is evolved during this hydration process. Now the next, heat of a fusion. Now these heat fusion, vaporization and sublimation, these are transfer of phase reaction. That means here the phase of a substance changes from one phase to the another phase. The heat of fusion or enthalpy of a fusion, which is denoted by delta H fusion. Fusion is the process where the solid the substance in a solid phase get converted into the liquid phase. So heat of fusion is defined as the amount of heat either evolved or absorbed when 1 mole of the solid substance get converted into its liquid state at its melting point. This fusion reaction takes place at melting point of the solid, and the solid get converted into the liquid. At the melting point, these two phases, the solid phase and the liquid phase, these two phases of the substance are in an equilibrium. So heat of fusion or enthalpy of fusion is defined as, this is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of a solid substance get converted into its liquid state at its melting point. For example, water in a solid form, that is ice, get converted into water in its liquid form. For this reaction, delta H is equal to plus 6 kilojoule per mole. This much amount of heat is absorbed in this fusion process. Obviously, we have to provide the heat, so heat is absorbed in these reactions. Now, ice, we know its melting point. How much is the melting point? 273 Kelvin. So at this temperature, this fusion starts, or this transformation process starts, and the water in a ice form or in the solid form get converted into the liquid. Now the heat of vaporization. Obviously, what is a vaporization process? The vaporization is nothing but when liquid substance gets converted into its vapor state. So heat of vaporization is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of the liquid substance get converted into its vapor state at its boiling point. Again, let's take the example of water converted into vapor state or the gaseous state. For this reaction, delta H is equal to 40.7 kilojoule per mole. Now the liquid water get converted into vapor. The boiling point of water is 373 Kelvin. So at this temperature this process starts, and at this temperature these two phases are in equilibrium. The liquid water get converted into vapor state. In this reaction, 40.7 kilojoule, this much amount of heat is absorbed in the reaction. Heat of a sublimation. Now what is the sublimation process? The sublimation is nothing but when the solid state get converted into directly the gaseous state before its melting point. That is called as the sublimation process. Therefore, heat of sublimation is simply the heat change, that means evolved or absorbed, when 1 mole of the solid substance get converted into its gaseous state before its melting point. For example, iodine in a solid state get converted into iodine in a gaseous state. For this reaction, delta H is equal to 62.39 kilojoule. This much amount of heat is absorbed in this reaction. So this is the sublimation process. Before the melting point of solid iodine, this process starts, sublimation starts, where the iodine get solid form, iodine get converted into its gaseous form. So these were some heats of the reaction. Now the concept of resonance energy. Obviously, this is the energy related to the compounds, where the resonance is there in the compounds. What is the resonance? you know well the resonance. You know well-known example where the resonance takes place, that is the benzene, where the 3 double bonds are in the alternate position. Single, double, single, double, single, such alternate arrangement of the bonds is there, which gives special stability to the benzene. So resonance is nothing but when the bonds, single bonds and the double bonds, they are present in a alternate position. Right, that is called as the resonance. Now, benzene is having a special stability due to this resonance. The resonance is nothing but a stabilization. That means the energy which is related with the stabilization. The stabilization energy or the resonance energy is nothing but the energy of a stabilization due to or as a result of resonance in the molecule is called as the resonance energy. The benzene molecule which is having 3 double bonds in the molecule, these resonance energy, this can be calculated from heat of hydrogenation. So let's calculate first the heat of hydrogenation for the benzene molecule, and then we will calculate the resonance energy for the molecule. Now the cyclohexene, that means a molecule which is with only a single bond. The heat of hydrogenation for this molecule is minus 29 kilojoule per mole. This is the heat of hydrogenation for cyclohexene. Therefore, the benzene molecule is having 3 double bonds. Therefore, the heat of hydrogenation for benzene will be thrice of required for the single bond, that is 3 into minus 29, that means this energy will be minus 87 kilojoule per mole. But experimentally, the heat of hydrogenation for benzene molecule is just minus 50 kilojoule per mole. Therefore, the resonance energy for the benzene molecule is obviously the difference between the calculated value and the experimental value. That means minus 50 minus 87, that means 37 kilojoule, 37 kilojoule per mole. This is the resonance energy for the molecule. In the next lecture, we will see the Kirchhoff's law and then the third law of the thermodynamics.